What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, we have a very red, bloody Sunday. At least for me, it's Sunday evening that I'm recording this. You're seeing Bitcoin well below, just below 56K at this point, and SPS below half a penny. And I had a question posed to me during today's live stream. Yes, I am starting to try to live stream more regularly, so do come through and say hello. But I had a question posed to me of, am I DCAing, right, dollar cost averaging into SPS? And the answer is no. From a fiat perspective, I'm not taking any extra capital outside of the game and putting that into SPS. I am trying to buy as much Bitcoin as I possibly can at the moment. But within the game, within the ecosystem, and I'll even say within the broader Hive ecosystem as a whole, I have actually been converting pretty much everything into SPS because I am trying to accumulate as much SPS as possible. Now, again, like I said, I'm saying that within the context of like only stuff that I'm earning within the game, right? So I get my vouchers, I turn that into SPS. I get DEC from rentals, right? Whether that's cards or renting on my SPS, I turn that into SPS. I play other games or I blog on Hive, I turn that into SPS. So that is where I'm at right now, considering where SPS is at. And the reason is because I do believe it has the most upside. So let me go ahead and preface this. I should have done this at the beginning. This is not financial advice. This is not a financial channel, right? We'd like to discuss markets here and, games that exist within the Web3 crypto framework, which Splinterlands most definitely is. But I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is all just entertainment, and this is all just me trying to connect with you guys and have some fun. So when it comes to this, right, I am actually foregoing buying up a lot of other cards that I need. And I'm kind of like wrestling with that myself internally. I talked about this live on stream. Where I'm renting out some of my deck right now, just because I'm having the bot play and using that DEC to buy cards. But using that DEC to buy the cards that are still needed for my collection. But at the same time, I'm looking at this and thinking, I mean, SPS is at half a penny. Can it go down to a quarter of a penny? Absolutely, probably will, right, at this point. But it's like I'm trying to grab as much as possible, because as much utility and entertainment value that, maxing out a card will do for me, that's not the same kind of economic impact that can't have the same economic impact on my life that buying SPS at half a penny, staking it, compounding it, and then really trying to grow that over time, believing in the future of the game, and then, hopefully being rewarded for that patience at some point in the future. And this is not me saying SPS is going to go to $1, it's going to go to the moon. I mean, we're talking about SPS at a, half a penny here. A 10x from here is to go up to 5 cents, right? So, and I'm not even saying, like, 5 cents seems so far away at this point, right? If anything, 0 seems much closer, because it is. And so I would say, just based on where things are at, where things have been, I'm guessing, right? I'm guessing, or I'm placing an educated bet on the fact that we can get up into the single digit range, right? Of 1 to 5 cents. And at that point, that would actually be a decent return on something like SPS, and holding that asset would get me more SPS, will get me more vouchers, right? If I rent out the SPS, of which, I think I have a decent amount now. So I'm trying to utilize the rental markets and just compound as much as I can. So with that being said, that is where my head is at, just trying. So from a DCA perspective, right, it's not a traditional DCA, meaning that I'm taking external fiat or other earnings and putting it in. I'm taking all stuff within the game and then converting it to the one asset I think has the highest potential upside. And, I'm planning to lock it up for at least the next, 6 to 12 months. We'll see if and when things end up popping off. But that's just where my head is at right now. Is it the right thing to do? Is it the wrong thing to do? I have no idea. I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do. Like I said, this is not financial advice. This is not a financial channel. But it was an interesting question that we discussed during the live stream, and I thought it might make for an interesting topic here in video, just because it's something that some other folks are considering, right? I've had multiple conversations about this outside of the channel, right? Where people are just looking at this and saying like, hey, I sold a bunch of cards, or I sold XYZ assets, and I'm thinking about getting SPS because SPS is so cheap. And so part of me now is even looking to double down on that. So one of the conversations I was just having, I won't dox the person, but like one of the conversations I was just having with someone was all of these extra reward cards that I have that are just sitting around, non-soulbound, right? So I'm talking like the Pelacor Bandit class. Sure, I bought a bunch of those for a penny, and it sucks to take a loss on it, but they're all just sitting around, not doing anything at the moment. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, I could burn them for DEC, which is not much value, right? Like it's not going to be significant, but I could convert them all to SPS at this point and then just ride that wave, because at least SPS is going to be earning something. SPS has higher potential, right? So if you look at something like, we'll just go with the actual Pelacor Bandits, right? I was collecting those for a while. I bought those all for a penny each. I'm obviously down now, but what are the chances that Pelacor Bandits get to 5 cents versus SPS getting to 5 cents? I don't know. And I could have egg on my face whenever, we get to a year or two from now, if the game is in a much better place and people really, really want their Pelacor Bandits. But at the same time, if that happens, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, and I'll close the video out with this, in my opinion, nothing in this game economy goes without SPS being the first and, in my opinion, biggest mover, right? We need SPS to go to the moon in order to save the rest of the assets. Otherwise, what are we playing for? Right? Like, this is the reward token. And I know everybody talks about, preserving card value and wanting card values to go up. But at the end of the day, like, why would that even matter if the reason people are here versus a traditional Web 2 game is to earn the currency, the reward currency, SPS? And if that goes to zero, right, or just continues trending towards zero, that's just not, where's the incentive outside of the game being fun, right? But if you're going to evaluate Splinterlands solely on its ability to entertain you, you will lose. We will lose in the long run because there's just way more entertaining games out there, right? And that's not me throwing shade. That is literally like where Matt is coming from. They're not going to compete with Web 2 games. They're not even going to compete with top tier Web 3 games that focus on gameplay. Their whole thing is having a very dynamic, complex game economy and ecosystem, which is something that I think if you're here and you've been around for a while, you know and love as well. And it's a big part of it. So that's where my head is at. I'm converting as much as possible all around the ecosystem into SPS. And I think I'm just going to ride it. So we'll see where it goes. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What is your overall strategy? Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.